We are gathered here today to review Miss Kylie Jenner's brand. I personally really enjoy filming these videos where I pretend I'm a fashion critique and try out new brands, try out collaborations, you know, such as the H&M collabs, like the H&M Mugler, the H&M Rabanne, which is coming next week, may I add. This is just like my thing. Like, I love reviewing stuff and giving my brutally honest opinion. And since one of my TikToks on the KHY by Kylie Jenner brand did so well, I gathered you guys would be interested and I thought I would do a full review of the collection. We've got items from drop 1. I'm going to be discussing drop 2 as well because that comes out literally in 2 days time. I know I should have waited and done a whole video together, but I was just way too impatient to get my hands on these things. I've heard so many mixed reviews. Some people are saying it's amazing, some people are like it's trash, some people are saying it's really expensive, some people are saying it's really good value for money. So it's a really like difficult situation with this whole KHY by Kylie brand. I have got 4 items to show you. Would have loved to get more, would have loved to get the long coat, but I just could not get my hands on that for the life of me. I couldn't even find it resale either. So it is what it is. I'll take what I've got. Straight off the bat as a little teaser, I love some things in this collection, but I also hate some things as well. What I'm gonna do, given that I wanted to do like a review and a haul, is that I'm going to talk you through the collections of drop like 1 and 2 for the first little bit, give my opinion, give my 5 pence. And then I will leave here where you should skip to if you just want to go directly to the haul. I've done try-ons, I can link everything down below. This is going to be as comprehensive as I can possibly make it. If you're new here as well, please don't forget to subscribe. Without further ado, let's crack on into the video. So drop 1 from KHY by Kylie was all about faux leather, and specifically black faux leather. In fact, even like the 1 or 2 items that weren't leather in this first drop were still black. I feel like there's a sort of color scheme going on, and we can see this through like the evolution of the brand as well with regards to drop 2. Like, that very much has a 2-tone color scheme. I don't know if it's gonna like stick to 1 or 2 tones per drop or what the situation is gonna be, but for the time being, drop 1, black faux leather, and a couple of sort of black basics as well. We had faux leather trousers, we had faux leather dresses in various lengths, we had faux leather hoodies, coats, trench coats, anything you could possibly imagine in black faux leather. And faux leather is one of those things that you can either do really well in some rare cases, I will be completely honest, or you can do it and it's going to end up like a bin bag material that you see on every fast fashion website. Honestly, I was this close to thinking that Kylie Jenner's brand was just going to be like a fast fashion situation, like the quality was just not going to be there. She sort of priced it reasonably, as she said, like affordable. It's such a difficult one because obviously it's not as affordable as fast fashion. It's not as affordable as some sustainable or more sustainable brands like Naked Fashion, for example. But if you're looking for very good quality basics and very good quality items that you can wear again and again and again, like across different seasons, things like that, around the $200 mark, is that something that shocks me? Personally, not. That's not me saying it's not expensive, and that's not me saying that it's affordable, because I wouldn't call it affordable, but it doesn't shock me. It's not something that I'd be like, oh yeah, that's fine, like I can just buy something from that collection every single day, because obviously that's not the case. Like, that's not the case for 90% of us, do you know what I mean? But when you look at brands like Adanola, Aritzia, those sort of places that do very good quality basics, especially when you look at their coat collections, their outerwear, things like that, they're not cheap. It's not, you know, your Mugler, Valentino, like Prada sort of price points. And I think if she'd gone for that, it frankly just wouldn't have sold. She's not cut out to be a luxury high-end designer, in my opinion. I think what she's done with this collection is great, but is she cut out for the luxury industry as a designer? I don't personally think so. It's not really her sort of target market. Do you know what I mean? It's more sort of younger, aspiring, cool girl is what I'd say. Both herself and Kendall obviously have evolved since the whole Kendall and Kylie collection and stuff, when it was just typical girl next door kind of vibes, things like that. Like, it's now very much cool girl, basic outfits, that sort of thing. Am I gonna call them basic outfits? Probably not, but you get the idea. So that was drop 1. Variety wise, do you know what I mean? But maybe that's not what they're going for. Maybe that's not the strategy. Maybe they're looking for something where each drop is quite sort of like specific, and you get lots of choices of different items within the drop. You know, whether they're gonna diversify the collections as they grow, I'm not sure. They probably did want to test out people's responses a little bit, because you actually never know with celebrity brands either. It's either gonna go really well like Kylie Cosmetics did, or it's gonna be a massive flop like Kylie Swim was. There we have it. That's kind of like my overview of drop 1. Now drop 2 hasn't launched yet, and that makes me sad because it looks incredible. They've gone for 2 colors, which are probably some of my favorite colors to wear, full stop. So they've gone for a cobalt blue, and they've gone for a beige ecru ivory color. Elite. Like, even those 2 together, stunning. They've done a range of coats, gilets, jackets, that sort of thing. Definitely more of a puffer style, but they've got various different shapes and silhouettes within that. They've got long coats, they've got, I don't know, like tight fitting, like slimline vibes. Your classic puffers, your gilets, your cropped puffers. A very nice and very wide range of coats, I'm gonna give them that. It's definitely the sort of drop or collection where you can get whatever silhouette you want or whatever works for you. They also then have some base layers, so I believe there's like a long sleeve top, I believe there's leggings, and then I believe there's like an all-in-one jumpsuit romper situation. Really, really cute. The fit and the quality of that, when you look at it on Kylie Jenner, looks unmatched. Obviously, we need to see what that's gonna look like when it comes into practice. The fact that she's gone for a beige or an ecru or something like that is arguably quite a bold choice, if you ask me, because those are colors that can quite often be see-through. So it's really gonna be a deciding factor for me as to whether they have really well thought out this collection, or whether it's just like drop after drop after drop after drop. But from what I've seen, that second drop looks great. It's very different vibes from the first collection. I think the first drop. The first drop was mainly focused around sort of street style, going outy, that sort of thing, because it did include a lot of dresses, a lot of trousers, crop tops, that sort of thing. I'm not saying the second drop isn't street style, because it very much is, but it's just more wearable, everyday, that sort of thing. That's like my overview of the collections. That is my initial thoughts and kind of sneak peek thoughts based on what I've tried, what the quality is giving, that sort of thing. But we are actually going to move into the second part of this video, in which we're going to do a haul of the bits that I've bought. I'm going to give you my brutally honest opinion. Like, nothing is going to slide. Everything is going to be shared in this. If you haven't seen my H&M Mugler one, definitely head over there, because you will then know I'm 100% honest on this channel. Like, nothing gets past me. Anyways, so as this is a full review, this is what each item comes in. As you can see, it's a plastic bag. It says Kai on the front. This bag is compostable though, so they have thought about that. I think realistically in this day and age, if you're not using recycled materials or compostable bags like from the get-go, there's a little bit of a problem going on, because the environment, let's be honest, is a big fat priority across all businesses at the moment. Kind of being forced into it, definitely a good thing. If this had been just plastic, I would have been quite horrified. Good to see that we're respecting the basics on that front. The first dress that I picked up is this black leather one here. Obviously, I don't need to say black leather, because every single thing that I'm going to show you, apart from one base layer, is black faux leather. But this is the long dress. As you can see now, I think this is actually meant to be a mid-axi, but to me it's very much a maxi. I'm 5'3", probably not entirely surprising. Not saying that's necessarily an issue with the size or the length. I think it's just an issue with my height. This is what it looks like. As you can see, for faux leather, this is standing up by itself. Obviously I've got my hand up here and then I've got my hand up here, but the quality and the thickness of this, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I've never seen that in a faux leather before. It's so thick, it's unbelievable. In terms of the design, we've got a little corseted moment going on in the front here. I don't really know if you can see. It's just embroidered. There's no structure, no boning to it, but it doesn't really need it. It's faux leather, it stands up by itself. And then you just head down into this long skirt. It does have various little embroidered bits on, obviously from where they've joined the fabric and stuff like that. But I don't know if you can tell, this has shape to it, like naturally. So it comes folds in at the waist. It allows for more space over the boobs. It has a big chunky zip at the back actually. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite a heavy duty zip. I don't know why we're fussing over a zip, but you know when something just feels heavy and feels good quality, like the zip absolutely does. It's a very big, well-made zip, and I think that's actually really important in a piece like this, when if the zip goes, the whole piece is done. On the back of the zip as well, it's got the KHY logo too. I don't know if you can see that. And then inside, obviously it's got the KHY logo. This is made in China. I thought this would actually be manufactured elsewhere, to be honest. Maybe that is a little bit disappointing. The quality, I'm not gonna lie, actually really does speak for itself. It's got a couple of pockets on the front as well, like on the side, so that's nice and handy too. I don't really know how big they are. They're actually quite deep. For pockets in a dress, they're really quite deep. I'm very impressed with that. And then inside, it's mesh lined. Now, when I put this on, granted, I'm in a heated apartment, I was very warm. Probably not entirely surprising because you're literally dressed up like a dominatrix in this, but it's a very warm outfit. It's definitely winter appropriate, you know what I mean? You could definitely leave the house in this and you wouldn't be dying like of cold. So maybe that's an advantage, maybe it's gonna be a disadvantage when it comes to summer and you're trying to wear this, but realistically, is black faux leather really a summer vibe, summer outfit? In my opinion, probably not. Overall, I can't lie, I really like this. Wasn't planning on liking it, wasn't expecting to like it, but you know when a piece just impresses you? This certainly impressed me, I cannot lie. In terms of the fit as well, it was great. I just think sizing and that sort of thing in this day and age is actually whack normally, so I was pleasantly surprised. It was like maybe like this much too big around my waist. It kind of folded or like wrinkled up ever so slightly. That would be my only slight complaint, but the rest of it was very, very good. Only thing is that it's very difficult to walk in this. It's definitely more of a shuffle about, but aside from that, those are like my only tiny like naggy comments. So obviously me talking about the fact that I couldn't walk in this dress, they've only gone and thought this through and put a zip at the bottom of the dress so you can zip it up and actually walk. Turns out I don't have any naggy comments to say about this, which is crazy. So well done, Kylie Jenner. That dress was probably my favorite item from the collection, so why don't we spice things up and go to my least favorite item from the collection? I think that's a good idea. So we have the trousers, and obviously not many people on social media have been enjoying the trousers, and unfortunately I have to agree. Again, the same fabric, so very high quality, very thick, very good from that perspective, but the fit is just astronomically bad. Like, there's no other way to describe it. First of all, granted I'm 5'3", but these are made for a 6-foot woman. When I had these on, I could fully stand on the bottom with my entire foot. Like, there was a good maybe this of space of like extra leg, which is just wild. I've never ever had that, and granted, most trousers on me are a little bit long. Normally a pair of chunky trainers can kind of sort that out. This, there was no saving them. Like, if I didn't take these to the tailor, these would never fit. Just completely out the question. I'm not gonna take them to the tailor. I'm not really in the mood for it. Don't know if I even like the fit of the top half enough to warrant taking them to a tailor or not, but they're just going back. Straight up. The waist on this kind of felt a little bit small, so did the bum area. They're okay, like I'm okay with a mid-rise normally, but when it's mid-rise and a tiny bit small, not a cute combo, didn't really enjoy that. Also, why are we not having belt loops? Why are we spending like, I don't know what the exact price of these is, but borderline $200 and not getting belt loops? That just seems a bit of a scam to me, I can't lie. We've got some pockets in the side, which, you know, bare minimum in a pair of trousers. These are just, I just can't get on with them. I just really didn't like them. Nothing could convince me to like them. They're also a weird shape, the leg, you know? Can you see how flared they are? Just no. They also do have zips up the back, so if you did want to zip them or unzip them and have them mega flared from the knee down, I suppose you could. Probably wouldn't be the cutest idea in the world in my opinion, but there's just nothing I like about these, and that's just going to be me being completely honest. These are just a fail. A mega fail. I think that's enough. I think you'll see in the trunk clip how just awful these are on me. Not saying they're going to be awful on everyone, but if you're the same height as me, just don't even bother. It's not worth it. Do as you will. Do as you will. The leather doesn't smell fishy. You know when you get leather or like faux leather from a cheap place and it just stinks? Like, this doesn't. This smells like nothing really. So that's maybe the only impressive thing about these. Moving on. Next up we have a baby tee, and I just don't really know as a sister what Kylie was thinking, because her older sister Kim already has an entire Skims brand. And I'm not saying Skims owns black t-shirts, but does that not look extremely similar? I can't even call it a dupe because they're the same price, but does it not just look a tiny bit too similar? Like if I was the sister, maybe I'd be like borderline a little bit pissed off. Anyways, the quality of this compared to Skims is completely different. This is actually sick quality, like really enjoyed. Not even a touch see-through like Skims can sometimes be. I am flaring that material out as much as I possibly can, and you can't even see my hand through it. So very, very good quality. Runs a little bit small. Everything in this entire collection I have picked up in a size small, apart from this, which I picked up in an extra small. So the fact that it is a little bit tight on me is probably my fault. I probably should have got it in a normal size, like a small. I don't know why I didn't actually. Maybe there was none left. Yeah, I mean, this isn't seamless, so it's not exactly the same as Skims. Maybe I was being a touch dramatic. It does have obviously like a crew neck. It's still soft, but it's not as like buttery soft as Skims is. But then I guess it's kind of like, do you want quality or do you want softness? And Kylie actually chose quality on this one. It's also hand wash in cold water, which probably means that it's going to shrink in the wash, which is just really not ideal, because tops like this, to me, if I can't wash them in the washing machine, aren't going to get washed. You can't even iron it. But also, apart from the Kylie logo, does that sort of writing inside the top not look awfully familiar? I don't know what to, but pretty much everything that's made in China has that. So it just basically feels like she's taken a top that was already in production, stuck high on it and called it a day. Not saying that's exactly what she's done, but it could be. Not particularly mad. This will be going back just because 50 quid on a t-shirt is a bit excessive. I don't know, I just feel like you can get the same for way cheaper, which might even be a little bit more sustainable, might even be a little bit like better fitting. Do you know what I mean? I just think between 0 and 50 for a t-shirt, you're gonna find something good. Like, it's just inevitable. So I don't have anything bad to say about this, but it's just a black baby tee. Not shocking. Would recommend this if you want to spend 50 quid on a top, if you've got potentially more money than sense, but otherwise there's better out there. And we have the final item. Now this is another dress. This is the mini dress. It's good, but I'm waiting for it to be great. When I think about spending around the $150, $200 mark for, I can't call it a basic, but for a not like, wow, I've never seen that in my life kind of piece of clothing, I need to be so disgustingly obsessed with the fit, disgustingly obsessed with the quality, and just so disgusted at the fact that I found something so flipping incredible at around the $150, $200 mark that I'm like pissed off that I have to buy it, but happy to have something that incredible in my collection. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's just like, oh, it's expensive, but like, am I gonna wear it? Am I gonna get like my money's worth, etc, etc. This doesn't make the cut in that respect. Like, it's good, as I say, like there's nothing wrong with it. The fit was good. The quality is still amazing. I will give her that. The quality is amazing. Is it anything out of the ordinary? No. It's gonna have to stick to like a good rating. Do you know what I mean? It's not incredible. The first dress was pretty incredible. This is obviously a lot shorter. It has the zip going down the front, has 2 little zip details on the front as well. It then obviously has some stitching and these kind of like padded puffy bits, which kind of give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, street style aesthetic-y vibe to it. And then on the bum, it has this like a semicircle but elongated. And I was really hoping that this would give me Kylie Jenner's booty, but it didn't. I'm not going to sit here and say this fit as well as the first dress. I think the first dress was pretty spectacular in my opinion. It dug in a little bit over my boobs, kind of gave me that bra fat situation that I don't love. Can't really put that 100% down to the dress, I'm not gonna lie, because that bra fat area is always something that I've not loved about myself, and I have quite big boobs anyway, so like there's always gonna be some sort of situation in a strap strapless dress, so I can't blame it fully on the dress, but it just felt like it dug in a little bit here. Like there was space over my boobs and that was great, but here, like above my boobs, it just felt like this very top line sort of like, and gave me that, not double boob effect, but almost as if I had one tit here and one tit here. And I can't say it was as flattering on the bum as the long dress. Quality wise, of course, same faux leather. It's very, very nice. Like, you can probably see the quality there. Like, it just looks expensive. Is it something I would gravitate towards when I'm looking for an outfit or something like that? Because realistically, the only time I'm ever gonna wear this is on a night out, which is something that I don't really do that often anymore anyway. So it's just like, good. Like, okay, good. Not disgusting. You'd look at someone and think, you know, you look nice. You wouldn't be like, like, you look incredible. Do you know what I mean? So that's my opinion on this. As a conclusion of this collection, it's good. I don't see it being a flop like the Kylie Swim was. You know, she's not put up these mental, ridiculous prices and then given us Shein quality. I did do a TikTok and somebody did say it looked like Shein, and I was like, well, what Shein are you shopping at? Because mine certainly doesn't look like that. You know, I think some people are being a little bit petty about the collection and saying like, no, it's disgusting, it's so basic, blah, blah, blah. You don't always see a strapless, pretty much floor length, faux leather, black dress. It's not something you see every single day. Maybe it's not going to be for everyone. Maybe not everybody enjoys wearing black leather, that sort of thing. I do like faux leather. I like the feel of it. I like the sort of texture it adds to an outfit as well. So I was definitely the target market for this drop. You know what I mean? Like, I was who they were aiming for, I think, or that sort of market. Overall, quality, pretty incredible, I can't lie. The best faux leather I've ever tried. And even in some very high-end luxury stores, not felt quality like that. But fit, sizing, range, if we're looking at the drop as a whole, it's just okay. What I will say is I'm incredibly excited for the next drop. I think the cobalt blue is stunning. I think ivory is such a wearable color. I think the base layers look like they're gonna be really thick, really good quality. I just hope the fit's there too. But as far as the puffers, the long coats, the gilets, if the quality is there, you can't really go that wrong with the fit. So I think the next collection, so drop 2, which is dropping on the day that I'm posting this video, I think. So today, if you're watching this on the 15th, I think that's gonna be a really good collection. And I'm thinking like I might need to get my hands on some of that as well. But yeah, for the time being, that is everything that I've got for today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I really hope I've not been too harsh with my critiquing, but there we have it. I had to keep it honest. I had to give you guys the real and true lowdown because someone's got to. But anyways, I really hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.